Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to change the USB port in case you've had issues and you've had a new one sent out. First and foremost, what you want to do, and I can't stress it enough, is unplug the Sobro, not just from the table, just unplug it from the wall. So there's no power going to it at all. We're going to be using 2 screwdrivers today. So we've got a flathead and a Phillips head. These are just micro screwdrivers. Preferably get ones that are magnetic because I'm sure it'll come in handy. So the first thing you want to do is remove this front cover. This front cover has 2 clips. One about 1/2 of an inch down from the top and one 1/2 of an inch up from the bottom. To pop them out, you're going to have 2 clips. One on the top, which is probably about 1/2 an inch down, and one from the bottom, 1/2 an inch up. I'm just going to use the flat screwdriver, and what you can do is put a little bit of tape on the outside to protect the edges of the Sobro. So in this case, I'm just going to pop it right in there and then pop it out. That's the top part, and then I'm going to go to the bottom part, pop right on out, and then you can just remove it like that. So what you're going to see now is 4 screws that's going to hold the housing in, and it's going to have 2 screws, which you'll see one down here and one up here, which holds the board in. So the first thing you want to do is remove the screws of the board. And this is where the magnetic screwdrivers really come in handy. If you don't have one, just be really careful. There we go, look at that, got one. And then we'll do the top one. Again, just be very, very careful. Make sure the Sobro is completely unplugged. There we go. Now what we're going to do is remove the 2 screws that are closest to the board. These come out completely. The reason for that is to create more room so the board actually slides out. Make sure you put the screws on top of the table so you don't lose them. So we're just going to take these out. Okay, so we're just going to unscrew the screws. Only 3/4 of the way out, not all the way. That's the bottom, the top. Once that's done, then the housing, you should be able to push that in enough for the board just to pop right on out. So all you need to do is just unplug this white cable. There we go. Just get the new board. There's only one way that this cable is going to go into the board. There's going to be 2 notches up the top, so they'll line up, and then all you need to do is just push them in. Installation is just the reverse. So what you're going to have to do is push the housing in to get the board behind it. Once the board sits into place, first thing you want to do is screw in these outer ones. So the bottom one, top one, and then the 2 on the outside. Because once the housing is in place, it's going to make it a lot easier to screw in the actual board. Okay, and now the tiny screws for the board. Again, this is where the magnetic screwdrivers come in handy. If not, just aim it up and get it into the hole and then just screw them in. That's one. Make sure it lines up. You can see like a little groove there. Once that's lined up, you should have the screw. Again, you can just use a finger here to make it easy. And then a couple of turns and it should be tight. Final part is the housing. Let's put it back in. Push one side in first where the USB ports are, and then the other side can be just pressed right in. And then you can power up your Sobro and you should be good to go.